Good morning, everyone. I'm trying to avoid that sun glare as much as possible, but I'm going to resin the jellyfish painting that I finished, and this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to hang it just like this on the diagonal. I'm going to be brushing it on instead of pouring it on because, like I said in the previous video, I want to make sure that when I brush it on, you will still see the drills in it. If I pour it, then the pour will come up to the top of the drills and it'll distort it and make it look like it's just part of the painting. So this is just a test to see the difference between brushing it on and pouring it on. So I'm really sorry about that sunlight. So after I do that, I'm going to cure it. It shouldn't take more than about 4 or 5 hours to do. And then we're going to do some grocery shopping. And I want to stop by Home Depot, pick up some flowers and stuff. So if we're able to do all of that and I do any work out in the backyard, I'm going to film some of that too. Because I thought that would be nice to see, like planting flowers. Stuff like that. I mean, it's far from spring, but here where I live, you know, the sun is out all the time and it doesn't really get that cold. So I could probably find, you know, some flowers that I can stick out there so we can enjoy the backyard more and just have a good time out there because Billy does like to barbecue and I want like an extra kind of cozy seating area. Maybe I'll get like a little throw blanket so I can go out there and crochet and stuff. And like I said yesterday, I want to do my lives out there. I'm going to try to do those on Tuesdays and Saturdays to take over for Wanda. And then when she comes back, I'm thinking about maybe doing like a Thursday live and do that until I get more comfortable with doing it before I jump into doing it 2 times a week. I think Thursdays would be a good day because it would kind of give, you know, that the breaks in between so we would have something to actually talk about. We'll see. So that's my goal. After Wanda comes back, I want to do Thursdays at probably 4 o'clock my time. So it'll be 7 o'clock for most of you that live back east. So let's stop this and I'm going to point the camera down and let's get to resining this painting. Okay, so first we start off with part A. And because I'm going to brush it on and I don't think I'm going to need a whole lot, I found one of these like little containers that you get when you get pizza and they put ranch dressing in it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. And I'm going to go up to this little line that I see in here. So that's about the halfway mark. So I'm just taking the end of a paintbrush that has broken off. I'm just going to stir this around a little bit. You don't really need to stir that around that much. So now, I forgot to get myself a, oh, here's a napkin. Just to set it up for a second. So then I'm going to take the part B and I'm going to add to this second line. There. And then I'm going to carefully mix this so it doesn't go over. And as you can see, it's turning like a cloudy. Let's see if I can hold that up so you can see. It's right here, it's turning to like a cloudy. It'll go to a cloudy and then it kind of gets a little bit more clearer after you mix it enough. I like using these little containers, especially for small projects. That way I can really see that it's mixing. As you can see, it's cloudy. Okay, I'm going to pause this video because you're actually supposed to mix this for like 2 minutes, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, so I'm going to put these back into the container, the box. And get to my shelf. Okay. Get rid of that napkin because I have resin all over it. I gotta straighten up my desk. I'm telling you, not only do I have to work on the backyard, I gotta rearrange this desk. It's a mess. Let me point this down a little more so you see more of the painting instead of me. Okay. So here we go. So I'm just using an older brush. I'm just gonna dip it in. I'm gonna start from the top and just kind of back and forth up. Okay, so this brush isn't the best one. I'm getting rid of that because it just put a bunch of hairs on my painting that I don't want. Make sure you get them off of there. There, come on, get off. Okay. So let's try another brush. Use that one. Let's see. This will be a good one. So let's try this again. So one thing I do love about crafting, it's all trial and error, you know, until you get things right. So I'm trying to do them in long, smooth strokes. I'm trying to be careful going over the drills too, even though they should be fine because I set them all in yesterday, so they shouldn't go anywhere. But just in case that Mod Podge didn't adhere as well as it should have, just being a little careful. I'm going to put a fairly even coat going over them because I want to make sure that this resin gets into every nook and cranny of these drills. And I think what I'm going to do with this painting is, because I am resining it, I think I'm going to stick this one outside on the patio. That lantern that I made that has the seashells in it, I think this would look really pretty hanging over that. I'm so thankful to my friends that have sent me drills, Helen and Lisa. Oh my gosh, you guys, especially Lisa, because she sent me these square ones from the square diamond paintings, and I just love those because if I do, like, say, kind of a box shape or something, the square ones fit so much better than the round ones do. And you guys have all seen Helen has sent me a ton of them as well, and I am so, so grateful for you guys. It's like you're helping me so much with what I love to do. I love that kind of support. If I had something that somebody would like to have, I love to do the same thing. Because I just think that it's nice when you help each other out. Hope it doesn't sound like I'm rambling. Sometimes in my head it feels like I'm just rambling on and nobody really cares what I have to say. Actually, I'm hoping that I have enough resin left because Wanda had sent me some molds. So if I have any bit of this resin left, I'm going to try to do something with the little molds that she sent me. So right now I'm just trying to make sure that, like I said, I get every angle of these drills covered, but not so much as to where the resin is the same level as them. Just trying to make sure that there's none on the bottom because I don't want it obviously sticking to the table. I can't believe, how good this actually has the colors come out. This is just a little right there. I don't know if you guys noticed, I put little pearls everywhere, like I found other little shells. Okay, so I just have this section to do and we're done. I'm going to go outside and get a little blue torch and make sure there's no bubbles in here. Okay, it's almost done, and yeah, the color just, oh, it just popped right off of here by doing this resin. I just love doing resin. I was talking to my mom about it last night, and I was saying that some paintings to me don't look good resined. I did this, I'm sure it's in my video list, I did a lighthouse for my mom. And I was looking at it while I was over there, and I did like a thunder and lightning theme to it. And I was looking at the way that I did the waves crashing on the rocks, and I thought to myself, you know, would that have looked good if I resined it? But then the more I looked at it, the more I pictured it in my head that it wouldn't have, because some paintings, if you resin them, it almost takes away from the actual paint itself. And then some paintings, it actually brings them more to life. So especially like, say, that one was kind of a stormy theme where it had actual lightning bolts and gray skies and stuff. That would not have looked good had I resined it. Okay, so I'm just covering the edges real quick so I make sure that if I do stick this outside, it will be completely protected should it rain. But where I'm planning on putting it, rain doesn't really get in that area unless it's windy. So I'm not really that concerned about it, but it's good that you cover all your edges so it looks nice and clean and done. You don't want to have a really nice shiny painting and then have the sides of it dull. I can't wait to fix that Lazy Susan. That way I can spin it around without having to touch it, because I do like to paint all the sides of my painting so it looks nice and finished and I don't have to frame them. So I'm going to go over this really quick and make sure there's no resin so it gets stuck to my table. And I'm going to put it on a box. So I'm going to use one of my old envelopes. And a box. If there is any resin. Try to get it as level as you can. I see a little piece right here that needs to be redone. Just trying to make sure that I don't see any of the canvas through this. So far it looks really good. It's a little spot right here. Like I said, that Lazy Susan is really going to help with my art. I'm just hoping that when I get it, I'll figure out how to set it up the way I've seen it in other painting videos. I saw it, one artist that I actually do watch a lot, but since I watch a lot of painters, I cannot remember which one it was. I don't know if it was Angela Anderson or if it was, I watch a lot of Plum Purdy, so I can't remember who had it. I also watch a lot of Donna Dewberry, so actually I think it was Donna Dewberry, but I'm not 100%, but when I saw it, I thought it would work really well with what I do. go. Just brushing this back and forth. Making sure I have every piece of the canvas covered. Everything's looking nice. Okay, so I'm going to go get the little blowy torch thing, and I will be right back. So I'm going to pause this video real quick. Okay, so I'm going to torch this. In my way. Actually, I think I'm going to move this off because it's making it uneven. There we go. I think that's it. I don't see any more. Oh, see one spot right here. Okay, it looks good. I'm happy with it. Spot here. I'm trying really hard not to get my hair stuck in this. Okay, I think it's time to set it aside, let it cure. Lift it up so you can see probably a better view of it. It's not knocking anything over. So far that's what it looks like. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can see this as it's, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go set this someplace where it's safe and cover it, so I will be right back again. Okay, so I just got done blowing it with the little torch thing. I have it sitting on my little entertainment center cabinet with a box over it, and then I put some envelopes on top of that to make sure no dust from the garage gets on the painting itself. About every half an hour I will check it, and if I need to hit it with this to keep the bubbles away, I'll do that. If not, I'll let it cure. And like I said, it shouldn't take more than, I'm trying to get out of the sun, sorry about that. It shouldn't take more than, I would say, 5 hours since it's just a brushed on one. But I'm going to right now look for the little molds that I got from Wanda. So I'm going to pause this video again, turn the camera down, look for the molds, and if I can find them, I'm going to pour wet resin I have left because I have still a couple minutes that I can do something with it. So let's see what I can do. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, just trying to make sure that this is recording. So what I did was I found this apple that she sent me, and now I'm trying to find, there it is, my little stir stick. I've got to clean off this brush. I'll do that in a second. So I mixed a little bit of just, oh, I can't see the stinking sun right there. I put a little bit of red in here. And mix it up. I want it a little brighter than that, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. I've never done resin molds before, so we'll see how this goes. But I thought this would be, if you can see, I thought this would be a cute little magnet for the fridge. You know what, I want to add just a little bit. Hang on one sec. Excuse me. I have like a little bit of deeper red just because I want to get like a really nice deep red color. Yeah, sorry my fingers are in the way. Yeah, I like that better. I gave it a really pretty red to it. So let's see how this works. I'm gonna get my napkin, get this off of here real quick just because I don't want resin stuck to that. It's my little mixing tool. So let me see, here's the apple. Make sure there's nothing in there. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to pour this left of this resin right in here. Trying to make it go into the tip of that stem. Don't see any bubbles. I don't know how I'm going to get this to stand straight up and down, but I'll figure it out. I'll pour just a little bit more in here. I wish I had lips. That would have been cute. I actually had just enough to do this. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to figure out how to prop this up. Maybe I can prop it up right. because it's got to be as level as possible. Oh, I'm going to have to clean that out too. Let me see if I can find something. A little hairband work. Just need it to sit. Perfect. So what I'll do, without bumping my table, get this up. That container away. And if you ever do get resin on your work surface, if you're new to doing resin, what I do is I just let them dry and then I scrape them right off. They're really easy to get off. But because this had a red to it, I wanted to try to get it off as much as I can for right now. Get that to stay straight up and down. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this to protect it is stick something over it, like a little, let me see if I have just like a tiny little box, and I don't think I do. I wonder if this lid would work without actually touching it. Nope, the lid's not tall enough. Let me see. I'll use that because it's got stuff in it. You know what, since I'm not, well now because I want to work on my space today. Is this someone asking this for now? Here, I'll do this. I saved these cigar boxes because I use them for like extra paints, so I'm just going to stick that over it because you just want to keep it protected. So I flip this camera back up. Hopefully everything recorded, so you get to see my mug close up, but there we go. So we're going to see how this apple turns out. That sun is too much. I can't get it out of my way. Anyway, we'll see how that turns out. We'll check that just as much as we check the painting. But I'm kind of excited about that because I think that would make a cute little magnet. And I bought a ton of magnet backings for these little wood rounds that I've been painting. In case you haven't seen those videos, those are also listed on my channel. So when I get done doing the apple, I'm going to probably have to sand it down, buff it up, and then I will probably use, I would say, an E6000 and a hot glue gun to adhere the magnet to it, and we'll see how it turns out. So I will see you guys later on this afternoon. You guys have a great morning. It's probably already afternoon since I've been on here forever. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for supporting my channel, and I love you all. See you in the next video.